high-scoring Lions hit the field at Ford Field. Today hosting the Seattle Seahawks, led by veteran quarterback Geno Smith and company. Both teams trying to bounce back after some tough losses. It's week 4 of the NFL on Fox, and thanks for tuning in. All-pro running back Robert Smith. I'm Chris Myers, year 2 of Dan Campbell. A lot to be optimistic and excited about. One of the highest-scoring offenses in the league, averaging over 30 points a game. Jared Goff playing some of his best football, although today they'll be without their top receiver and top running back.
Yeah, missing some of those top targets, but remember, this is one of the best offensive lines in all of football. They do have their bruiser running back in Jamal Williams and one of the best pass-catching tight ends in all of football in T.J. Hawkinson.
Seattle comes in here, and they were in on Friday. We met with them, players, coaches, the 2 words that rang out in conversations, right? It was about physical and about finish.
Yeah, no question about it, and that's both sides of the ball. Geno Smith put up 325 yards passing a week ago, but only 3 second-half points and only 10 second-half points all season long.
You can hear the crowd roar here at Ford Field. Quandre Diggs comes back first time to Detroit as a member of the Seahawks, a former Lion. We'll get a look at Aiden Hutchinson, 2nd overall pick in the draft. The kickoff straight ahead. Our Geico players to watch, Noah Fant and T.J. Hawkinson, both from Iowa, making NFL history in 2019. They became the first tight ends from the same school, drafted in the same first round. You'll see them both today. First time they've met in the pros.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
With Robert Smith, Chris Myers, and thank you for joining us. Week 4 around the NFL as the Seahawks and Lions get ready to go. And at age 71, Pete Carroll, 2 words you don't hear him say: retirement and rebuild. And no matter what the conversation is, and no problem coming from the west to the east. They were here on Friday night, 13-1 in the last 14 games played in the 10 a.m. Pacific time zone, 1 o'clock Eastern, of course. And Dan Campbell, the close games, he's been involved in quite a few, and I know he feels like that one got away last week against the Minnesota Vikings. And the new kicker, Austin Seibert, on the injury list. It's Dominic Eberle, free agent from Utah State. He'll be kicking off. The Lions won the toss and deferred, back with Travis Homer out injured for at least the next 4 games. DJ Dallas set to return. Both teams come in 1-2, both with something to prove. Lions want to show they're coming on. Seahawks want to show they're not fading away. Well, let's do this. Drives it deep into the end zone for a touchback out to the 25. Let's get out of the field. So how to Jen Hale. Hey, Jen.
Hello, Chris. The big question for this Lions squad today: who can step up, because they have been riddled with injuries? Robert mentioned a lot of lack of targets on the offensive side of things. Try half of the yardage sideline today because of injury. Amon-Ra St. Brown, DeAndre Swift, DJ Chark. And then don't forget, defense is a huge issue as well. Starting safety Tracy Walker out with a torn Achilles. He's done for the season. That means also gone his leadership on the field and his communication for the back half of this defense. Let's see if Juju Hughes can step up today, Chris.
I thank you. Around the 32. I mentioned the second year and reason to be optimistic and excited behind Dan Campbell, but when you go back to the way the offense started, it was a little bit of a slow start, but once he got his players and his theme, and Jared Goff, there was some question, hey, is he the long-term answer at quarterback? Well, he's come on, and so has this offense under Campbell.
Well, and remember, Anthony Lynn had been calling the plays. Dan Campbell took over the play calling, and then in the offseason, Ben Johnson becomes a play caller. Redemption.
Boy, he's playing with that upright. This one was right. And he nails the 3.
Joe Lewis's fist.
In Motown. We got a good one going. We hope you joined Fox Corporation in donating to support those affected by the devastation of Hurricane Ian. The NFL family has come together to support recovery efforts in Florida. Please visit NFL.com/auction to bid on authentic and game-worn items that support the American Red Cross Hurricane Ian relief efforts. You can also go to redcross.org or text the word Ian, I-A-N, to 90999 and make a $10 donation. And we want to pass along our best wishes and concerns. Our technical producer, Joe Lyons, and production manager, Avery Howe, both significantly impacted, and their families, their homes, by Hurricane Ian. That kick goes out of bounds. Eberle having a little bit of a rough start.
Kickoff out of bounds on the kicking team. The ball be placed at the 40-yard line. First down.
Good start for Geno Smith, and you said coming off an outstanding game and continuing.
Yeah, he's been fantastic on this one. Rolling to the left, rolling to the right. See him here. Good decision to keep this one, use the legs, get to the first down. An excellent tight end for Seattle. That one to Disley for the touchdown.
Big for Seattle, pinning him around the 15-yard line. Let's get a game break. Say hi to Carissa Thompson. Hey, Carissa.
Hey, Chris. Commanders trailing 6-0 in Dallas. Carson Wentz connects with rookie Jahan Dotson in the corner of the end zone for this 10-yard score. Washington in front, 7-6. Chris?
All right, thank you. And the Commanders sporting the new black uniform look. Wow. Meanwhile, as we hit the half, our Monarch top performers, Geno Smith lighting it up for Seattle. Goff with a touchdown toss for the Lions, and Metcalf, some big gainers. They get the score, they miss the extra point. The Verizon halftime is now coming your way. That is today's progressive game flow with the Seahawks and the Lions as Detroit ready to receive the second half kickoff. Geno Smith has been outstanding. Haven't had a sack yet in the game. And for the Seahawks, those 24 points, that's been the best offensive output all season for any entire game. But that hasn't been the problem. Remember, that was finish was one of the key words that Pete Carroll and the players talked about. That means being effective in the second half.
Yeah, it certainly does. And remember, only 3 points, 3 offensive points scored in the second half for this Seahawks team all year long. Got to be physical, got to finish in the second half.
All right, so the Lions have had some special team issues with their kicker. They have also had some turnovers here, but they'll get the ball, and Jared Goff looks good even though he's a few men down, as we've been talking about throughout the game because of injury.
Yeah, he certainly has, and if I'm Dan Campbell, I'm Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator, I'm going to do what we didn't do at the start of the game, which is get downhill and physical. You've got one of the best offensive lines in all of football. Jamal Williams is a banger. You use that gap scheme where you get those pullers, get extra players to the point of attack. Let's see that on this first drive.
Yeah, we mentioned the special teams, and look, Dominic Eberle replacing Austin Seibert. And first, the special teams for Seattle, you usually don't see Lockett, but this was an extra point that goes to the left upright and misses. But Fox successful on the completion to Cephas on a fourth down fake punt. And missed extra point. I was a little surprised when the Lions scored right before the half, given what the score was, that they didn't try to go for two. Also with a kicker who's just not feeling it yet in this game for his first NFL game this season.
We don't have time for you to wait to feel it, man. Just make the kicks, especially extra points. Pulls one, pushes one. But what are you going to do? You're in the game in a situation like this. You just have to deal with kind of the cards that you've been dealt. But you're right. Maybe you go for two in a situation like that, but then you tank the guy too.
And it was a fourth down that the Lions went for it right before the half to get the touchdown to tighten things up. Let's go down to the field and Jen Hale.
Dan Campbell told me the good news, bad news of this situation is that the Lions played just about as poorly as they could have in that first half, in his opinion, and they still have a chance to win. They got to clean up those ticky-tack penalties. Campbell is steamed about those, wants everybody to concentrate on doing their job. Meanwhile, Pete Carroll, he came in with a couple of goals for his defense, better on third down and better on the run D. And so far, the Seahawks are accomplishing them both. The Lions were held for 1 of 5 on third down conversions in that first half.
Mariners ending a drought, being out of the postseason since 2001 before landing here, but in the NFL, the last playoff season, these are the longest active droughts. See the Jets, Broncos, but mixed in there with the Lions. The Dolphins, pretty good chance this year. Jacksonville, some teams that appear to be on the rise.
See right there with the stiff arm and the acceleration.
Touchback. Let's check out some injuries with Jen.
Yeah, Chris, they're starting to mount up for both teams. For the Seahawks, Daryl Johnston, we watched him just before the half. He's going through some tests and warm-ups. Turns out he's out for the rest of the game. He's got a foot-ankle injury. He can sprint, but he can't push off, which obviously is a problem when you're trying to block people. And then Quintez Cephas, you saw him hop off of the Lions sideline, not putting any weight on his ankle. Technically, he's questionable. And guys, the good news, Khalif Raymond did go back in for the Lions on that last series right before the score.
2019, that draft list we talked about that he keeps up in his locker and that keeps referring back to many years later.
And I remember him because he had such a great combine. People were wondering where he was going to be drafted, but you see all those players that ended up getting drafted in front of him. Some of those careers have worked out very well. Some
not so much
as the others.
No. But Debo Samuel, A.J. Brown, okay, but Metcalf doing his part for where he was taken.
Thank you, Chris. Cowboys up 15-10. Cooper Rush drops back, looking, links up with CeeDee Lamb for this 30-yard score. Lamb's second consecutive game with a touchdown. Cowboys leading by 12. Chris?
All right, thank you. One of the amazing stories. Backup quarterback Cooper Rush leading the Cowboys.
Seattle, their first 30-second timeout.
America's Game of the Week returns on Fox next Sunday. Cowboys will go to L.A. to take on the Rams. Some will see Jalen Hurts and the undefeated Eagles against the exciting Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. Yeah, the Eagles are leading 29-21 in the fourth quarter. About 7 minutes left at home against Jacksonville. It's a huge doubleheader. That's next Sunday on Fox. Check local listings for the game in your area. It's a pretty good game here. Fans entertained. Look at the total yards, the points. The kinds of plays we've had, from kicking miscues to fumbles, interception, run back for a touchdown, an 81-yard play that wasn't a touchdown but set up a touchdown. And we had, after 3 weeks of the NFL, the most games decided by 3 points or fewer, and we have another one right here. And that's how it goes. Pete Carroll with a smile. Terrific game from both quarterbacks, Geno Smith and Jared Goff. A 48-45 Seattle victory. And we will have more from Detroit in just a moment.